Coordination is one of the main responsibilities of a camp manager. The main purpose of coordination is for service providers to address gaps and avoid duplications in assistance, services and protection, to plan actions with camp stakeholders in order to achieve agreed outcomes, to advocate for gaps and needs to be met. A camp manager uses different mechanisms and tools to coordinate with a wide range of camp stakeholders. Here are the common ways used by camp managers to coordinate with other stakeholders: in person through field visits, face-to-face meetings, virtually through teleconferences, video conferences or via emails, or by phone through phone calls or text messaging, WhatsApp. Next, we are going to explore how to use meetings, teleconferences, video conferences and emails, as well as phones, including text messaging. All the information will be supplemented with tips from the field. Let's start with the meetings. The most common coordination meetings at site level are coordination meetings with service providers and representatives for the displaced, sector-specific meetings about education, food, health, protection, shelter, water and sanitation, etc. Meetings with camp committees involving representatives or other camp groups such as older persons, women, teachers, trade groups, traditional or religious leaders. Bilateral meetings over specific issues, e.g. fire risk in the camps. Meetings with specific stakeholders to build relationships, for example with the host community, landowners, donors, local authorities, the military and the police. Meetings can also happen at coordination level. Camp managers participate in interagency coordination meetings, task forces or working groups when an issue needs urgent expert advice or when a smaller group needs to discuss further about a specific technical topic. Meetings, in particular at camp level, may be formal, planned in advance, or informal, ad hoc. Tips from the field when conducting a formal meeting. 1. Prepare the meeting by consulting participants in advance. 2. Have SMART objectives: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. 3. Share the agenda beforehand with a few concrete priorities that can be solved by those attending. 4. Provide a summary of the situation, including security, to the audience as background information when needed. 5. Appoint someone to take the minutes. 6. Agree on and summarize the action points. 7. Set the frequency of the meeting according to operational needs. 8. Hold the meeting in a location that is convenient for key persons to attend. 9. Ensure the language used is understood by all participants. Plan for translation if necessary. 10. Balance levels of formality versus decision-making. In an emergency, low formality, high decision-making. 11. Manage time. 12. Use meetings for updating critical coordination tools, contact lists, 4W, who does what, where and when, standard operation procedures, tracking matrices, terms of reference, etc. Virtual meetings. Camp managers frequently use technology to coordinate with supervisors, service providers or other key stakeholders and colleagues outside the camp. Here are some common methods. Video conferences. A video conference meeting allows participants to see each other with a computer video camera through a computer program such as Skype. Video conferences require an excellent connection and work better usually with small groups of persons. Teleconferences. A teleconference meeting connects participants through phone lines, landlines or mobile devices, allowing several persons to connect simultaneously from multiple locations with no visuals. Tips from the field. Video conferences and teleconferences are useful to communicate at different coordination levels: capital-based supervisors, advisors or program staff, other sectorial colleagues, etc. Virtual meetings are cost efficient. However, holding effective video conferences depends on a good connection. Emails. Emails are broadly used by camp managers to communicate with different stakeholders. In particular, Camp managers normally use emails to coordinate with service providers in order to ensure gaps on assistant, services and duplications are reported and acted upon. Tips from the field. Emails are helpful to disseminate information that should be widely circulated to CM stakeholders, such as meeting agendas and minutes, action plans, statistics, infographics, and alerting partners or service providers about specific problems. Emails help camp managers to keep track of issues, commitments, agreements, reported cases, events, etc. Targeted emails, keeping a limited number of people in copy, work well for day-to-day issues. However, when action is needed, including a large number of people in copy, this normally triggers a quick response. Mobile phones. Phone calls, text messages, or messenger application for smartphones such as WhatsApp are the most frequently used means of communication by camp managers when connectivity is available. Tips from the field. Identify which network has the best coverage where people are working. Use the same mobile network for all field teams to reduce cost and ensure connectivity. Choose Android phones to allow for the use of other applications. Use text messages to overcome language barriers. Tips on using WhatsApp. Create a basic set of norms or a protocol for group users. Carefully select who will be part of the group and keep groups small. Define the language to be used based on group members' preference. Community-based CM focal points usually require assistance with access to smartphones and credit for data.